Okay. Okay, welcome to the August 10th, 2026 meeting of the Nescoin Community Plan Steering Subcommittee. We're joined today by Tom Seep, Lynn Saxton, Nancy Vandell, Lori Kovac, and Sarah Absher. Tom, Lynn, and Lori and I are all subcommittee members. And Sarah is the Director of Community Development for Tillamook County. And Nancy Vandell is the Chair of the Nesquin Citizen Advisory Committee. Okay, introductions there. Is everyone good with the agenda today?
Yep.
Yes,
I can,
No conflicts.
okay. Oh, and no conflicts of interest on that agenda.
no conflicts.
Okay. Lynn.
No.
Okay, just want to get it on the recording here. Okay, and let's see. The minutes have been posted. They're in the folder. I just actually re-edited them today, but they were in the meeting folder that Candace provided. And I think we're going right to the work that Sarah and Tom have been doing.
So I have a couple of presentations. One is a variation that I just sent out on the approach for the feedback. But embedded in that now is the grouping of the values with the policies. So we hadn't really had a good way of associating those together, other than looking at the two tables of contents and trying to fit them together. I was having difficulty doing it. I assumed that everybody else had at least as much as I did.
Uh-huh.
So I will now share a different screen. Nothing to do with screen 2, I think. I think you should see the NCAC Committee Plan Steering Subcommittee Committee Feedback
Correct.
Sessions. Okay,
Yes.
so this is a variation of what I did last time. And some of it I'll go through fairly quickly. This I think is still our plan. Basically, we try to do 4 sessions, 5 if we need them. First one being introduction, purpose, visions, and values. That's the only thing we cover. And the first set of values. Second session is review updates, second set of values. And the third set is the review updates and the appendices. This we need to come back to because this may be an issue because of all of the movement of text that I did may skew that somewhat. And then fourth session, review all of the updates and what did we miss? Then fifth session if we need it. And I'm going to guess we will.
You have a typo there in fourth, Tom.
Okay. Oh,
You
fourth.
do.
No, I meant the language.
Okay.
Coming forth.
We're moving forth. Yeah.
Oh, that's a computer language. I coded in it for a couple of years.
So, Tom, in that's the format for the public review sessions.
Correct.
They're working. Yeah.
Okay. So the only thing I suggest, which I have seen done effectively recently, we didn't used to have to do these things in the world, but we may now, is I have seen some of these processes using something called conflict identification. And rather than, excuse me, rather than kind of blending in points of conflict all through the process, they put them in a parking lot and they call them out and they're very clear about them. So if for example, someone says, I just don't like the notion of pick anything, skinny streets, pick anything. You don't belabor it over and over through 5 meetings because the discussion tends to get less data driven and more conflict oriented. you put it in the parking lot and say, okay, duly noted. We're going to come back to that as we look at the whole document. And part of what it helps to do is it shows when people are being conflicted about too many things, right? If the list gets to 25 people and 25 conflicts and you've had one meeting, heads up, you're going to have to make some adjustments and get people thinking a little more broadly or something. But I just throw it out there as an idea because otherwise, conflicts can consume the meetings, they can narrow the thinking, and we'll spend way too much time going over and over and over what is Twitter pating people. When in fact, if we might want a separate session just saying these are the four most important things we can't get consensus on. Oh, look, Sarah says they use it too. Um, I'm a big fan, and it can save a lot of time, heartache, and reduce friction.
Okay, that's a good technique. Do we want to warn people we're going to do that, or do we just do that?
I think it helps to warn them because it makes them feel, first of all, that they have a guaranteed voice, but second of all, says this is not going to be, I don't want pizza at the Hot Creek on Tuesday, right? I mean, it keeps people out of minutia, small things that they just need to move on from. Um, Whatever. But I think it helps to say we're going to parking lot the conflicts and everything cannot be a conflict, right? I mean, this is not how we navigate in Nesco, never has been, never should be. So I would recommend identifying that we're going to do that at the outset.
Okay, we'll have some text associated with that.
Well, and just to jump in real quick, I agree with Lynn, and I just put on the chat, you can also parking lot questions because something may pop into someone's mind, but it's not the right time to talk about it. And so that parking lot can be used for multiple things that ensure people feel heard, but you keep the conversation moving forward.
Yeah, that's a great thing. Questions and conflicts.
Okay, good. So we'll have to come to some sort of a decision. Hopefully, we won't have to the parking lot decision. And that could go on forever. Okay. So next, that's basically what we agreed on. This is the purpose pulled directly from the document. I don't think we need to review this, but go on. Anybody not happy? Okay. And the vision is, I added the vision is to rather than to protect. Just made it an entire sentence, and I changed the corresponding text in the document. And then we decided we could probably hit the first two and on the sessions and the last three on the next session. It still seems reasonable. And the appendices. Community aspirations, we'll come back to talking about that. But that's probably going to take a session in itself because it's going to be much larger than it was. Assuming you guys agree with what I did. Okay, so I'd like to run through how the policies fall out, and then I'd like to do a separate run through of how we explain those policies to our members. Okay, that makes sense?
Yeah.
I don't want to do both at the same time.
Oh, don't do that.
I am trying to keep it simple. So community character wound up having these subheadings, and these are the policies. We'll take a look at those. I don't know how much, there's not been a lot of time for you to look at the document, so I'm not assuming you have it all memorized, just mostly memorized.
Memorized enough.
Looks
Memorized enough.
good.
Okay.
I guess here's a question for Sarah. When I look at this, the one thing that came up in the meetings that we had prior to producing the draft document was the kind of what do they call can't even think of their name. The housing thing, the little houses or whatever they are, the
Middle
housing
housing.
initiative.
Middle
Middle.
housing.
Middle housing. And so that I don't see that covered as much in the press anymore. I just hear us talking about it in political ads. But do we need to put that that doesn't really pop out in this outline? Should it, or no, the county's got it, we're all done, people are moving forward, they're building affordable housing. Where are we on that one? Because that was a hot button when we were starting.
Sure. No, that's a great question, Lynn. So there is a policy on page 12 of the draft that supports diversity in housing options through zoning to address housing needs.
Yeah,
So
I'm thinking we're going to parking lot that. We're
well,
not there yet. We're going to go through all of them.
fair
Right.
enough.
So
Yes.
Okay.
Actually,
we
though,
covered-
Tom, if
Yeah.
I may, just quickly,
okay.
affordability is not regulated through land use. Housing types are.
Right.
So it wouldn't be in the community. The affordability piece would not be here.
Okay. So, one of the options is to go through, actually, I'm going to ignore these right now because I've got an alternative way. We have to figure out which way we're going to do. These were supposed to be hidden. Okay. Okay, section 4. These are the ones that are now in, and that's housing.
There
And
we
now
go.
it's on parking lots.
Okay.
Sorry, I tried to be too cute about it. Anyway, housing density is that policy 10 is the only one that's under managed housing density.
Okay.
Now, what I did was I'm only highlighting the policies because, in fact, that's actually the only thing that matters. If it's not a policy, and correct me if I'm wrong, please, Sarah, if it's not a policy, it doesn't actually count. It's words that make the policies make sense to have, but they aren't the meat. So I think we should concentrate on presenting the policies. People want to discuss it more, then we can get into the whys and wherefores.
Okay.
The policies are what drive ordinance language.
Yep.
Okay. So these are the
I
ones
have
that
a t-shirt that says that, Sarah. I'm going to wear it to all the meetings.
I have a woodworker's t-shirt on now, so I don't know. Okay, anyway, I'm
Can
a
I
bit
ask a
scatterbrained.
question on that?
Sure.
So conversely, Sarah, it means that anything that's in the appendices does not drive ordinance language, correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
Because the policies are the land use framework. When I go back to the criteria to get this adopted, what I have to provide legal findings of is that the policies in this plan are consistent with the county's comprehensive plan and the statewide planning goals, which is why other things that are important to the community are put in the appendices.
Right. And then they could be made into different kinds of ordinances that might be in the other departments potentially.
Sure.
Okay.
But
Or
this
not,
is just
or
that
not,
land
but
use.
they-
This is that
right.
land use piece. Mhm.
Right.
But one of
Okay.
the major reasons for the aspirations is to provide background for getting grants,
Right.
Mhm.
and doing advocacy. So it's important to keep those,
Right.
but it isn't the point of the document.
Right. But it doesn't preclude us from doing that kind of advocacy or depending on these upcoming discussions, but or getting grants, correct, by having them in the appendices.
I believe that that's correct. I believe that appendice is not separate from the document. It is part of the document. An appendage, it's appended to it. It's attached.
But they're
That's my
not.
opinion.
Right. But the policies in the plan itself are
Yeah.
what inform land use decisions in Nescoin where the criteria require it.
Right. Right.
And
Right.
the appendices.
No, it's helpful to hear this. Thank you. Oh, sorry, Rand.
So the appendices in that sense are a recording of the desires of the community that then you can say, well, we did a community plan in 2024 through 26, and one of the identified clear things that the community stated was X, and then go on to have that be something that we're looking to get support for from any number of granting agencies.
Right. That's right.
Thank you. I'm happy.
Okay. So, and also as a side effect of that emphasis I did this without asking Sarah, any section like this, housing density and pedestrian and traffic, anything that didn't have a policy attached to it was basically just a standalone that got moved. That's what caused most of the movement. If it doesn't generate a policy, then it's informative. That's the term I like to think about, because that's what I used to do, rather than normative. This is all normative text. This is what actually is the point of the document. The informative stuff is things that we'd like to have. And so I've moved those. And that's a major reason for movement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Motivation.
Okay. So environmental stewardship has got these categories. Take a chance to look at them. There's a couple that moved around. Basically, I think we had family focused had the tsunami or something like that, and that seemed not to be the right place for it. So things did get moved around. And there was actually one duplication, which I combined the two concepts and made one policy. Unfortunately, as I said my communications, my tracking is gone. That's just a consequence of having the document disintegrate.
So this all had to get rebuilt.
It got I was salvaged the text from a previous version, updated as I could from a PDF, and then re-imported into Word and then reformatted.
Jeez. Okay, are we crossing our fingers on the integrity of the software at this point?
One of the things that I did was I've stopped doing anything fancy.
No more fancy.
No more fancy. I have firmly burned into my brain. Don't do fancy.
There's a t-shirt for you.
So also I know what the symptoms are when the document starts to go squirrely. And I do frequent interim backups now. And if it goes squirrely, I'll get rid of the current one and do the changes that I was doing some other way. So I think I had 15 versions of R48, the R48 to R49. I had 15 versions in there.
Jeez.
And it did disintegrate on me one more time, but that was just because I had touched one of the previous documents. I mean, it's like it's got a virus or something. I don't know. It's weird.
It is weird. That is wild.
Okay. So any questions, comments on the section 5?
No.
Okay, section 6. Path system is the one that got consolidated from 2 different places.
It's looking good, Tom.
Okay. And section 7, we have a couple of outstanding things that seem like they could be policy, might not be, shouldn't be talked about. I don't know, but they're still questions in my mind. What do we do with this? We got a heading called riprap. Sarah, you were going to provide some updates on that. And climate change, I don't think so, but I didn't feel comfortable just deleting it. I think it moves off to any climate change things move off to the appendix, but that's your decisions, guys. Our decision. So that's where things wound up being, and that's the orientation.
Sarah's confirming those two things, rip, rap, and well, it's moved on now. But that climate change is in the appendix, is
Okay,
destined for the appendix.
okay, so we'll just put a line out through that. And riprap is still pending.
No, I think she has something for that, but
Oh, okay,
we'll see when she comes back.
Yeah,
Okay.
she said it's pending.
Pending.
Sorry, I'm trying to contribute and not distract Tom, so we
Okay.
don't end up with him giving him extra practice for the parking lot. Riprap is coming. Climate change, we're looking at various things, probably through the estuarine element of the comp plan and other areas, but none of that has come through yet. That's still at the state level, so that should go in the appendices for now.
okay.
Probably illegal to say that anymore. Climate change.
Never,
I don't know.
never.
Not in Oregon, maybe in Texas.
Facts are always important, always.
Okay, so now comes some more decisions. We have some alternatives as to how we actually present this. And I came up with 3 different approaches, and I am very open to another approach. First one I call broadside, and second one I call the full depth, which is very reminiscent of what we did with bylaws. And the third is a narrative. And I'll go through them. They are labeled. Okay, option 1, basically we give them a sea of text. So for community activities, section 3, we just give them that. And there will be multiple, you saw how many, I think there are 4 or 5 different subheadings. That's one of the subheadings for community character.
So Tom, are you saying we give them that instead of just giving them the whole document?
No,
Oh,
I'm talking about, this is a presentation.
oh,
option.
okay.
In the review with the
Okay.
audience.
Got it.
This is my least favorite.
Okay.
I'll say that's
Okay.
too many characters on the screen.
Yes.
Okay.
Too gray.
Okay. So the second option is to we make one of the things that's going to be difficult. This is a complex document.
Yeah.
Helping people to maintain context is going to be important. Otherwise, we're just going to lose them. And I think it's important not to lose. So we give them an overview of what we're going to cover as this particular subsection. And then we go through and we give them the text of the
One at a time.
one at a time.
Yeah.
And we talk about it. And if anybody's got any questions, then we go through that.
Yep. And Tom, I think it's really important, or as Sarah, you may have some insights on this. It's really important because many people do not have 2 screens since we're doing a Zoom meeting. And so I think in our notice of the meeting, we want to say it's going to be easiest on you if you print this document off before the meeting. It's going to really slow us down if we have people bouncing into different screens. Everyone should just print a hard copy for themselves and use that as reference, or we will just drag through this.
Yeah, I think that's an excellent suggestion. Hopefully we won't have too many changes from one to the other where they have to wind up reprinting the thing.
Yeah.
Could get some static for that. But yeah, I agree.
We grow
So-
trees in Oregon. We'll make more paper if people need it.
So, yeah, that was my question is how many pages does the first presentation involve? So-
Actually, what would be more helpful is for them to have the document. Print the document.
Yep.
And then they
Yeah,
can see policy 1 in the document, just
Yeah.
go to page whatever,
Yeah.
Right.
page 5.
Yep. How long is it? How long is your most recent version, Tom?
Of the policies,
Of the whole thing, the appendix and everything?
Oh, that's like 50.
Okay,
No, it's less than that now.
Oh,
37 pages, but that's with the appendices.
great.
The first appendices is the only, first appendix is the only one that's really important to print. And so we're down to page 20, right now, 25.
So that's no big deal.
Okay, yeah, okay, 26. So probably 30 pages of suggest that they print the first 30 pages more if they like it, but
Yep. And I think, if you do it if you email it to FedEx or any of those printing places, they'll print it back to back and you've got, 15, 20 pages. That's easy.
unless Microsoft stops supporting your printer for double-sided. I'm not bitter about that. Anyway, so
Okay. Okay.
there's once again option 2. So for the 4 things, it does that way.
yeah.
This is option 3. We don't actually show them the thing, but we do a narration. You can see if I can make this work, that we can voiceover on these and just whoops,
Mm.
and we talk voiceover.
Hmm.
So I think we all agree the broadside is bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
The question then is do you want to do a voiceover or do you want to have the print on the screen? There's a lot of characters there. That might
Well,
be a concern.
I really think people need to read.
Yep.
I mean, they'll comprehend it more, I think. You can hear it, but then there's, the person keeps talking and they're going, well, what did that first thing you said? It was jumped
Okay.
out at me, and then you got to repeat it. And I think if you leave it on the screen, people can slowly digest it and 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 they can come back to see the part that they didn't get and all that. And one at a time, it seems like a very reasonable way to walk through it.
Yep.
What do you think, Lori? You agree, Lori?
She's got mute.
Oh, or she got a finger up. Yes, or no, it's a thumb up. That's good. Okay.
Okay, fair enough. Finger and thumb make a difference. Yes.
I do.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Okay, so that's what we'll do. I'll devolve these into 1 page per thing. I don't know how many. That's going to be a lot of pages on the presentation. That's okay. That's not a
Yeah.
big deal.
Yeah. Well, they'll be up to date each time you put up a new deal,
Yeah,
as opposed to putting them all up there. It'd be crazy, but I think we can walk through it with them and get the feedback we're looking for.
yeah. We'll basically evolve the same deck, and
Right.
when we leave at some point, we'll add a slide said, review X stopped here,
Uh-huh.
and then we'll have the
Right.
changes as if any, and then we'll go on from there. Okay, fair enough. Okay, I will put this up on the, I was still working on it just for the meeting. I'll put this up in the meeting folder so you can look at it, but I think we've made a good decision here. Thanks. And that. So what do you want to do now?
Uh, well, I th- I think we came to some decisions on dates and times. I wondered if anyone had uh, followed up on that to understand conflicts, or if we're even there in our heads yet. Start the third meeting presentation. Let's see. Let me see what my notes said on that. Well, I guess we were right. So we were meeting on Mondays and Thursdays, but do I remember correctly that it was going to be in the evening, 7 to 8:30 or 7 to 9, first and third Thursday. And so we're meeting on Mondays to review what happened on the previous Thursday and then preparing for the coming Thursday. I think that was the deal, but I'm just trying to think. We had so many conflicts on rescheduling our Monday meetings for Guy that we threw it out the window and went back to what we already do. And I guess we are still sticking with our 7 p.m. on Thursdays, and then the first and third and second and fourth.
So Rand, can we go, first question is, are we talking about this group's meetings or are we talking about the public meetings?
Well, we're talking about both. So Monday morning, we meet as our group to review what happened and say what, so we can be prepared when we go to the Thursday meeting.
Right.
So
So
that was our
when
general plan.
do we start the public meetings? What
We-
month?
Well,
We
we've got to
were-
finish the document first because there are some
Right,
things that need
right.
to be
So we're
done.
not starting it until we know that the document is finished.
Okay, but we have, I thought we had decided that because of Sarah's schedule, that we're having this meeting today and then every Monday till the end of September from 4 to 6 to finish the document. That's my
Correct.
understanding of where we currently are.
I believe that's accurate.
Okay. So that means the hearings with the public would not start till October.
It seems so, yes.
And Guy and Tom, is that consistent with the time you think that you and Sarah need to get to that point?
I think we're pretty close. I'm up except for a little bit of section 6 and some serious discussions about section 7. I think we're done in terms of the meat of it. Now it needs to be formatted and the Appendix A needs to be worked on and all of that stuff. But I think we could even start the meetings before I had everything of that done. So that's not a hard line, but we've got to have the main document solid. And
Right.
we still have a few things that are outstanding on that.
Okay, so
I agree.
to be given that it's August and that it's we're a third of the way through August and we have Labor Day coming up, which is a big kind of event here and a lot of work for a lot of people. Is it easier just to kind of think about September? I mean, Tom and Sarah, do you think you could be done by September 15th? I mean, you're the ones that we're not going to set public meetings with all the good work you've done if by disrupting you. You've got to tell us when you think it is safest to schedule those public meetings.
Thank you, Lynn. So, Tom, I agree with what you said about we don't have to have the document perfect, right? Because after these are informational meetings, getting feedback, the document in its closest draft form is what the CAC general membership would vote on when we get a little bit further down the road. So I would say that's when we need to have the draft as close to ready as we can, because it may go through amendments as it goes through the hearing process too, right? So all the work we've been doing together, the idea is to minimize that. So Tom, if we have the main framework of it done, where we're not making any substantive changes, or at least we're as close as we can get to where we wouldn't make substantive changes without community feedback. Do you think mid-September is a push?
It's a month and a week.
I think given what we have to do, I think that's doable. Now,
Okay.
the last week of the month, I'm basically unavailable.
Right.
But that's 3 weeks worth of work.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I think that's reasonable.
And we're going to put a watermark draft and all kinds of good stuff on it too. I mean, I think one of the important messages for us to communicate to the community is this is a draft,
Yep.
Right.
Critical.
right?
And by September, well, the Labor Day is until the 7th. So we'll know a lot more by the 7th as to how tight the schedule is going to be, or where it is that we can tell them we are on September 7th, so that we can potentially promise of the first meeting or first set of meetings with the public by then. 'Cause that's what will present at that meeting, and Nancy wants me to present some schedule at the August 22nd meeting of the NCAC, and I think I can do that. I'll be in Massachusetts, but I think I can still function from Massachusetts. So anyway, that was what probably thinking out loud there.
So you guys are thinking to start the public meetings, given that the Community Advisory Committee gets together on the 22nd of August, that we could look at starting the public meetings September, like the third week in September? Sarah and Tom?
I think we could be,
The
Yeah.
third, yes. I think so too. I think the third week in September. So you're talking the week of the 21st?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that would be ideal for a community, like the first meeting,
Mm-hmm.
if that's doable.
So that would be Thursday, the 24th at 7 p.m.
Let me put that
Well,
on my
the third
calendar.
week of September would be the 17th. The fourth week would be the 24th.
Yeah, we're doing the fourth week because because of the Labor Day being late and everything. I don't think we should do it the 14th. That's the week out. That's the second week of school for people with kids in school. Things
Oh,
are
sorry.
still crazy.
Chaos.
So we're talking the week of the 21st, which would put the meeting on the 24th.
Right. And how many meetings, Tom, did you say? 5?
we're talking about potentially 5.
Okay.
I think we're going to wind up having that many. I don't know. I'm not a good judge of that. I thought we would be done with the bylaws in about 4 meetings.
Let me see if Guy and I have a hearing that night.
Okay.
One
Because
moment, please.
the other thing we don't want to do is the Thursday before Halloween is not a good night to be doing stuff because that's when Halloween's also it's on a Saturday this year. But
I really prefer not to have anything the last week of any month.
okay. Okay, so good to know. So we could jump over to the 1st of November if that crowds us too much. Right?
October.
Well, if we start on the 24th, it's the 24th, the 8th, the 22nd, and the 5th. So you avoid the last week of October and you avoid the Thursday before Halloween if we
do
start
it
on the
every other
24th.
week.
So
Right.
are we talking about the public meetings having a week in between them?
Well, we
Not
talked
every
about
week?
that. We talked about that because we said that the committee was going to still meet every other week, and we wanted a committee meeting between the public meetings so that we could verify that we were on track and make any changes that we needed to. So if so we need to decide if that's important for us to meet in between the public meetings or not.
Yeah.
I think meeting every week is asking a lot of our members. I think we can ask that of ourselves. I don't think we should ask that of our members.
So I'm just trying to do the math. 5 meetings every other week is 10 weeks,
Right.
right? So if we start on the 24th of December, excuse me, September, as I look at my calendar, that shows us finishing
The week
one,
before Thanksgiving, the
which would
19th.
be perfect. We definitely have to be done by Thanksgiving. There's no
That
joy
would be
in Mudville between Thanksgiving and the end of the year. Everything is frenetic.
Chaos.
Okay.
Right.
Along those lines of not knowing how it's going to go, I think we should probably set our watermark for uh, declaring success a little farther into the document. We can always say, well, we're going to pick it up later. So I don't want to run out of material before we run out of time in the meeting. That makes sense.
That's wise.
That cracks
we
me up.
We can always go out in the parking lot where all the problems are and hang out out there.
Yeah, that's
That's
where the
where-
beer's going to be.
That's where the bar fights, hey, the parking lot fights happen. Rough stuff.
So if we started on September 24th and we had 4 meetings, it ends on the 5th of November. On the
Okay.
5th of November, we could decide if we need any more meetings or if we need one on the 12th and the 19th. The 19th would be 5 meetings every other week. That's the week before Thanksgiving.
So we should aim for that, but we'll know more
Yeah.
by the end of the 4th meeting and still have 2 weeks to get to if we need a 5th.
So Guy and I will have a hearing on the 24th.
Oh, geez.
What about the 22nd on a Tuesday night or a
That
Wednesday night?
works. We could do the Tuesday night, but the 24th we'll have a hearing.
Okay.
Sorry,
So-
guys.
That's okay. So how frequently do you have those hearings? Every week or?
They are the second and fourth Thursdays of the
Okay.
month. Right. 'Cause
Okay.
that's why we were going to do the first and third. And we definitely have one on the 8th. And I am going to be looking at the 22nd as well.
Hmm.
Well,
You talking
could
about
we have,
October?
since the first meeting is more of an introduction, could we have the introduction on the 17th while the plan's still being confirmed? Because we kind of know the community values part.
Yeah, we could do that.
I'll move it
Bump
to
it up a week. I'd rather do that than take away my
Mm.
Tuesday.
yeah.
Um,
That's right. You don't have, sorry.
I will be flying back from a certification course that night.
Oh,
So I don't, unless you want me there for the intro.
We do. Because
Okay,
we
so
can answer
I always
questions.
want you there.
it would be the
Mhm.
20th. So then I would say the 22nd on a
Of
Tuesday
September.
night.
Of September?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking. Great.
Could do the 22nd or the 23rd. I could do any night the week of the 21st except for the 24th. Because Guy and I'll have a hearing.
Hmm. And Tom, Tuesdays are not good because
I just have a group that I meet with every week, and
I see.
it's not the end of the world. I just prefer not to miss it.
Right. No,
What
and
about Wednesday?
Wednesday's fine. Tuesday's the only day that I have anything going on at night, other than you guys.
Yeah.
So I have a family member having surgery on Wednesday and I cannot do the 24th. I can do lots of Wednesdays. You just pick the one day that the health world picked for the surgery and you don't
Yeah.
change that with docs these days.
Sounds like my social activity is less important than that, so Tuesday's fine.
What
Or
about
what about the
the 5th?
21st?
Monday, the 21st.
So
We
you have
have
a
that.
community plan meeting that day, right?
No,
What if
wait.
we did it?
Well,
just-
this can certainly take the place of that. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're not scheduling an additional meeting. It's one we're already using.
Right.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do
Okay, let's
that.
go for the 21st.
Now, from public meeting protocol, Sarah, you know this well. Monday night is the worst day of the week for everyone in the public because it's the first day back at work. And so oftentimes things are scheduled on Monday night that are bad news or things where you want really low attendance. It is the lowest next to Friday night. It is the lowest attendant. No one wants to come on Friday night either, as we all know. But Monday is second to Friday as the worst date. Now I'm okay with that because we're living in a different world where you can do Zoom meetings and people can come in their pajamas and all that. But so I'm fine with Monday. I would support Monday. I just want us to know I wouldn't suggest we do all of them on Monday.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm fine that if we can just get it started then, and hopefully it won't be too shook up when the next Monday is not when the next meeting is. But you said the following, so 2 weeks from the 24th still. Is that correct? Or you have one on the 8th?
It's the second and fourth Thursdays.
Okay, so when are we going to do the second meeting again on a Monday?
How
No,
about
no, I
Wednesdays?
would, Tom, what's your social thing you like to go with? It's on Tuesdays?
Tuesday.
Yeah, so why don't we do the kickoff on Monday? Sarah, can you go on that Monday, the 21st?
I can. Yes.
Okay, and then let's move to let's move to Wednesday.
Wednesday works.
Damn.
We could do the 7th.
What
I
do you
had a
have on
question.
Wednesday, Ran?
Oh, that's my planners night where we play around a golf, play bulls, drink beer.
But can we do it? We're only doing 2 meetings a month, so can we work that around the golf or is it every week?
Oh, well, I can give it up. It's just that's
We
the
don't
only time
want
I
you to
can.
give it up.
Well, I won't give it up for the everything, but once I can do it.
Okay,
Okay.
sure.
I
So
had a
that would,
question about your regular meetings. You have one scheduled for Labor Day. Did you want to move it a week? And then that would also offset the one for the 21st to the next week, which might be better anyway.
so where would we move it? Do it the next.
The next Monday, just start doing every other. That way, the meeting you have for the feedback session on the 21st, you could schedule one on the 28th to kind of make up for it. Just a thought. Or we could all meet on Labor Day also. Or you cancel one.
So here's another creative thought. See if this helps me with your schedule, you all with your schedules. So one thing would be to do is, given that we've done such a great job on the document and we've kind of spent a lot of time making it a great document, thank you to Tom's skills and Sarah's, we could present this as something that's going to be really streamlined and cool, and it's not going to be a Monday night drag. It's not going to go till 9 o'clock. We are not going to get people till 9 o'clock on a Monday on a work week. But look, maybe we say, maybe we should make it like, 5 to 7. Guarantee people it's a 2-hour shot. Guarantee them it's on Monday and start your week. Make it a positive thing. Start your week off with a great future for NESCO. And we're going to make it as we've spent thousands of hours, particularly Tom and Sarah and Ran, we've spent a lot of time making this easily accessible. You're going to print your copy off. We're going to cover it. We're going to be efficient and slick, and it's not going to be a drag. I mean, I think if we do some kind of uplifting messaging about how we're going to handle this, we can do a Monday thing. Again, it's going to have to be like, I would say 5 to 7, not unless you think that people won't do it because they're cooking dinner. But we're looking for a time when people want to do this and they have energy and not feeling deprived of other fun things they like to do, particularly this committee who's done yeoman's work.
What about Saturday mornings at 10?
terrible time for people with children. I'm not home on Saturday mornings at 10.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm just throwing it out because the evening seemed.
Sports, it's the
Yeah.
sports window.
Okay.
Or- Yep, because we're back in school too.
Yep.
What about competing with church at 10?
Yeah, I know.
Pretty easy.
I like where you're going, Lori. I think we talk about that.
I think Sunday at 10 would be great.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
For some people, it
Church-
could give them an excuse to stay home.
well, and church is available online. You can do church. I have friends who are dealing with cancer who do church at whenever they want to do it because it's all online now. So
That
I
makes
think
Mhm.
Sunday's a great idea.
okay. Which
Speak up, guys.
well, I'm trying to see it
What-
all.
Well, it seems like Thursdays are a problem for Sarah and Guy. Wednesdays are a problem for Ran and Guy. Tuesdays are a problem for Tom.
Right.
Monday is a universal problem for people that work. So that gives us Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday, people want to relax. Saturday, they have children. And Sunday, we would be competing with church.
I vote for Sunday. I don't know
Okay.
if that works for you, Sarah, but
I
but
can make it work.
people have had their coffee by then. They've read the New York Times. They can do church
Mhm.
at 4.
By 10? Wow.
Well, I
It
think
takes
like
me
just
a week to read the New York Times.
I'm just
Okay,
thinking
Sunday.
about the bylaws committee. We did a Friday night and our turnout wasn't too bad. We took separate sections and we had a variety of dates just so at least people could catch one. Right. I mean, so I don't think it's a bad thing to kind of skip around a little bit.
I
Yeah,
just
we
I
had good
don't have
turnout on Friday night. I was kind of surprised, but we did. Yeah, you're right, Sarah.
I think that's an adult. I mean, with all due respect, how many family people were there?
Quite a few. Well, I mean,
There were?
if you look at the people who come, there aren't that many people with kids in our
Yeah.
community that are members, right? We just don't have
Right.
that many. But
That's right.
but we
Mostly
had good turnouts, and we had a few on Saturday mornings, some Tuesday nights, some Wednesday nights. It just varied. Sunday morning, I don't know. I think it sends a message that some people might be offended by
Mhm.
doing it during a typical church thing, but it's up to you guys.
Well, what if we did it? Here's another idea on Sunday. This allows you to get the whole New York Times read, Brand. What about 2? So people have been to church, they've had lunch. It's downtime before you have to do another round of chores or the laundry or whatever, but it's good for families. They don't do a lot. There are some sports on Sundays, but the majority are on Saturday.
Saturdays.
Doesn't interfere with church. Is when people, are awake. I think we hope. I mean,
Uh,
but it feels like if you're spending your afternoon on the future of Nesco Inn, that has kind of a nice feel to it. And we keep it tight. Maybe we say 2 to 3:30 and push ourselves, push them, or be super efficient. So
I'll
people
go for 2 hours. I'm not going
2
for an
hours.
hour and a half.
You
I
what?
just said- You sounded like you were saying an hour and a half.
Yeah,
Mm,
not
no,
I think
enough.
it's going to
No.
take 2 hours to deal
Okay.
with the
Okay.
question.
I think Sunday at 2 sounds great.
Okay, let's see. So,
I can make that work.
Or Sarah.
well,
And
let's
It's all
try
good.
it.
Okay.
Let's
It's
try
nice to say I don't have a conflict. So no, I can sit at home on my couch and listen too. So
yeah,
that's quite
you
all right. I
can.
mean, talk about selling points.
Um, so do we need to set our meetings first? Are we still thinking about, okay, so we meet next on the 24th of August, right? As I understand it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we meet again on the 7th. And then that would be the last meeting. The 7th would be the last meeting before the public meetings. Is that what we're thinking? Or do we want to also have that 21st meeting?
Well, the 7th, I'm presenting this to the NCA general meeting at, is it 3 or 4? 4 o'clock in the afternoon at the fire hall. So
Okay.
we could, it's a Monday. We could meet in the morning or something if we needed to.
I mean, it's Labor Day weekend, right?
Yeah. So that's kind of a crazy time to meet on a holiday, but um let's see, the meeting before that is Monday the 24th. So I mean we should have, it's just a presentation as far as my part is concerned. So we could meet earlier in that day if people don't mind meeting on a holiday that is supposed to be, you're not supposed to do anything, right? Because it's Labor Day.
Hmm.
But it's a act of love here to do our meetings here.
Yeah. So
Or Sunday.
one thing, I'm looking at Tom and Sarah and wondering, given our meeting today and the meeting on the 24th, is there going to be anything we need to meet with after the 24th and Rand presents his to
Pitch.
the NCA?
I don't-
Or will we be ready to go? Is that pushing it, Tom?
I think, are you asking me if we're gonna be done by Labor Day after we agreed that middle of September we'd be done?
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Uh,
So Rand, your meeting starts at 4. That's the NCA meeting, right?
Yes.
So could all of us get together at 2? I have HOA meetings and board meetings all morning.
Uh-huh.
I could get
No,
together at two.
I have the NCA board meeting at 2 until 4,
Oh,
and then a public meeting at 4 until 5. So I got
okay.
3 hours of meetings, uh, and I'll present the basically the graphic that Tom provided and explain the whole schedule, which
Yeah.
they might get lost with the different days, but we can mostly say it starts on this day. And we'll have that day, and then at that meeting, we'll say, okay, the next meeting is on this day. It's going to be a little irregular when we meet, as far as I can tell. So I think we won't try and spill the beans on the whole schedule. We'll just say we're trying to do this in 5 meetings, and we're starting on this day in
Excellent.
three,
Yeah,
three
that gives
weeks.
us the flexibility. We don't need to lock it in right now because
Right, right.
things
Yeah,
come up.
okay.
Good.
Okay.
Do you to Lori's or to sorry to Lynn's point, do you think it would be beneficial to have a meeting the afternoon of the 14th? That way Randall can give us any updates from the NCA meeting, and that helps us prepare to kick off our community meetings. And Tom, even if we're looking at another day or two for draft completion, at least having that check-in with Randall to let us know how that meeting went might help us. We might benefit from a discussion.
I suspect there won't be much feedback from the NCA meeting itself. Probably the board might have some opinions, I would guess, but I suspect the meeting itself. I mean, we got good feedback there. I attend that myself.
Right.
Um, but in the back, trying to keep my mouth shut.
Just
Well,
if we needed a prep meeting.
Yep,
right.
I can do that. I
The 14th.
So then would that change it to every 2 weeks from the 14th?
no.
No, I don't think so. I think because we're not meeting the 7th, we would just shift that meeting over 1 week.
And then we
Right.
would also meet on the 21st?
24th.
No,
Okay, I'm
the 20,
confused about the
Yeah,
I'm in August. We
committee.
need to say the month. I
okay.
have us meeting on August 24th. Is that
So,
not, is that gone?
no, I think that's there.
That's
Okay.
there.
yeah. So what I'm talking about is Labor Day. When we would normally meet, we won't meet.
Right,
So
we
my,
meet the
yeah.
next week
So
on
my
Monday the
proposal would
4th.
be we shift it.
Yep.
And then what I heard was that we are meeting September 21st would be our first public
Got
meet,
it.
like community presentation.
Yes.
If it's Sunday, it would be the 20th.
Right, it's the first meeting on Sunday as we were just talking about, or
I
Monday?
missed that part.
Okay. Well, you had said you could do Sunday, so that if the first meeting is going to be on a Sunday, that it could be that in mid-September, that would be the 20th, it's actually the third week in September. So Sunday, the 20th would be a possibility there.
So, so when I was looking, so, and I apologize because I'm looking at a 3-month calendar at the top of my calendar so I can get all the dates down. But I think I'm all good on our meetings. I understand the 14th meeting. That one Sunday, I'm flying home from New York and I won't be available by phone.
The 20th?
The 20th, yeah. But you guys could go, that'd be the first public meeting, right? Is that what we're thinking?
Right. That's
Okay,
right.
there's no reason you can't have the first public meeting without me. I don't mind, but there's nothing I can do about flying home from New York. And
Right.
it's
Understood.
it's possible, sometimes you can do Zoom calls on the planes, but I can't guarantee it.
No, I wouldn't count on that.
Nope. But I think if you want to start on the 20th, I think that's exciting um and particularly the first one is going to be the best one because it's just the parking lot will not be created yet. The friction point, it'll just be a guess what? We're back and we've got this great product and you've got it and you've copied it and you're ready to go. It'll be a great meeting. So I don't think, it's fine to do it without me and particularly Guy, maybe that works for Guy as well. So my feelings will not be hurt, and I apologize for the inconvenience.
Well, I think Guy is kind of, oh, Sunday. Yeah. He'll probably be recovered from his Friday session by then. Um, ay, ay, ay.
I think this looks good. I mean, I think we're very close to having the right plan here, and I think we've got the work is proceeding. The meetings are scheduled for the 24th and the 14th. The kickoff is the 1st, and then we go every other week for probably 10 weeks. To Tom's point, maybe 12 weeks, which would take us after Thanksgiving, but before Christmas and Hanukkah and
Don't worry
Kwanzaa.
about it.
So it seems like this seems viable.
Well, I haven't tracked all of that, but I got, so did that include Sunday, the 20th of September?
Mhm.
Was that the kickoff meeting? I didn't catch it when you just
Yep.
ran those dates.
That's the first public Zoom meeting.
Okay.
And we talked about 2 p.m. That seems to me a good time in the afternoon. 2 to 4 would be if it's 2 hours.
2 to 4. Is that silence acknowledgement in the background
Yeah, what do you
or
think?
or what
I'm
the
I
hell?
I'm looking on my calendar to see if if it looks like it. I think it looks like. Um,
Sunday the 20th at 2.
So
That would be,
Yom Kippur begins at sundown. Is that an issue for our people?
I thought it was the next day.
No, It says it begins at sundown of the 20th.
Not in my household.
Okay.
It's
That was usually Friday and Saturday. No, I don't know.
You think it's Saturday night?
It says Monday on mine, but it's just the alert one day before. Um, anyway, I don't know. Lainey's not here. I can't consult with her, but she does. She's pretty much a cultural Jew, not a religious observant Jew. So I don't know about that being an issue.
And it still wouldn't be a problem, I don't think, because Yom Kippur does not start till sundown.
Sundown and it's
Yeah.
2 in the afternoon.
So sundown is 2 in the afternoon?
No, the meeting
Yeah.
is at 2, right,
Yeah.
as you say.
Yeah. So that should be okay.
Okay, and I have a work party, but I can miss the work party. So then you rattled off the rest of the schedule after that.
Well,
Can we
yeah,
return to that?
let me do that slowly and carefully because everyone's clear on the meetings for just us, right? We've got those identified for the record as, do you want me to say those again?
Yes.
Okay, so the meetings for our illustrious group are
August 24th.
August 24th, which is a Monday from 4 to 6 p.m. That should already be on most of your calendars.
Yeah.
And
Yep,
then we go to um then we go
September 14th.
to September 14th, 4 to 6 p.m. a Monday.
Correct.
Then we get to the kickoff, the first public meeting on Sunday, September 20th from 2 to 4 p.m.
Correct.
Okay, then now this is the point where we should talk about whether we're going to do our Monday follow-up meeting or when we want that follow-up meeting. We currently have a meeting scheduled or something on my calendar on the 21st of September. Do y'all have that?
Yeah.
Okay, so that could be potentially our follow-up to the kickoff, but you guys might want a day's break to think about it, or you tell me what you want.
I'd rather stay with the normal schedule. So,
So go to the 28th then, or that,
well,
that would be 2 weeks from the 14th would be the 28th.
And that's the meeting on the last week in the month, if that matters to Tom.
yeah, I would prefer the 21st. Just keep it on the 21st.
Okay, so we have the public meeting Sunday and Monday, we have the follow-up, which seems
Yeah.
Keep it
manageable.
fresh. Keeping
And
it
that
fresh.
would be
Yeah.
4 to 6, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's great. That's great. And then then we go out 2 weeks from the Sunday of the 20th, and that would be October 4th. Does that sound good?
Oh, the Sunday again, okay.
Yeah.
Do we want to do a different day?
No. No. I think we lose people when we start moving. I think if we do change it, then we need to be consistent going forward, particularly if we go
Right.
to 10 or 12 weeks. We
Mhm.
should do it alternating or something that has some
Cadence.
cadence.
Okay.
Thank you.
The argument against that is that somebody who may have an unbreakable commitment on Sunday, we get them another time. That's what we did with the bylaws. We moved it around a lot. I would not be opposed to moving it around.
I think consistency makes sense to people if they know that fame is a Sunday, it's going to be another time. And in our case, we've got all of the Zooms. I mean, it's so easy for people to catch up if they want to.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And after our 4 meetings, or the other thing to do is to, I don't know. That's my opinion. Consistency is good.
It is important if we want as broad of engagement as possible to stay consistent. Because we can't tailor it to everyone's stuff because hopefully we're gonna have too many people to do that too. Our goal should be that we have 20 or 30 people for every one of these meetings. And not just the people who always do everything in NESCO in. It should be people with kids in school. It should be everyone. Oh, business owners.
Okay.
So to me, moving it around, and again, if we move it around, we should pick 2 days of the week we're going to do it and stick to those two. Because again, if we do different days all the time, people tend to drop off.
So right now we're doing Sundays and Mondays each time.
Well, I think for all of us, it doesn't have to be Monday each time. We can we can drive ourselves crazy and be random and occur different times. I'm just saying for the general public,
Right. No, I agree with
we
that
did,
assessment. I'm
yeah,
just trying to fill in the calendar in the
yeah.
correct place.
I will
So
say
the
that
way,
we were getting a lot of kudos, comments from people saying, thank you for making the times I could at least attend some of the meetings when we did move them around. Because we did try to do weekday evenings and Saturday mornings, kind of back and forth and varied. And they could follow a calendar, right? We
right,
sent out emails and we had them on the calendar. So
but we're trying to
anyway.
get families. We're trying to get people with kids. I mean,
Mhm.
I just
Yeah.
think it's a different thing. The people who go to the Nescoin Community Advisory Committee and the Nescoin community writ large. The
Right. And I think the Sunday afternoon sessions sound great to me, that, just, I don't know that people have trouble, figuring out where the next meeting's going to be, but yeah,
How
whatever.
does this go? How does this go out to the community, Sarah? That's a really good point. How do people know these meetings are happening?
The NCAC will provide notice, just like with the rest of the meetings.
To non-residents?
It's to the membership.
Right.
And what's that? How big? That's the 700 member list?
Right.
So
Okay.
it'll be the same process for all the CAC meetings, etc.
Okay.
Subcommittee meetings.
You're on our email list, aren't you, Lynn?
No,
Not?
no. I mean, I'm
I s-
supposedly on the list and I made a donation at one point, but I don't get any email. I go to the website all the time, but I don't get any emails.
Okay, so we
I
should,
get
you
one
can add,
meeting, I get one meeting notice. Is there anything else? I get an email for the notice of your month of your meeting.
no,
That's
we've been sent out, these days, we've been sending out probably between 7 and 10 emails a month. So if you're not on our list, you can go into the main page of our website where it says subscribe and add your email.
But are those meeting notices or those like reports and stuff?
They're both. So we always have the upcoming meetings at the end, but we have other kinds of things that we're talking about that the
And do you
NCAC cares about.
to subscribe every year?
No,
No, once you're on, you're on.
Because I have
Yeah,
subscribed
and you're
and I
talking the NCAC, not the
right,
NCA, right? They're
right.
two different lists.
I get the NCA stuff.
Okay.
And then we will have something in the NCA newsletter, I believe. I haven't seen anything from their editor yet, but that would be something we would be putting in the NCA newsletter also,
Okay.
which I think comes out right before Labor Day, right, Rand?
Well, Nancy, I'll go in
Good question.
and subscribe again.
Okay.
And make sure that
I can check and see too if you're on the list. It's possible you blocked us. So, so check your spam folder.
But
But
if it goes out, if you see a meeting notice at all, you're on the meeting notice list, and that goes to everyone.
okay.
Right.
So this will go from the NCAC to 700 people, or it goes from the county to 700 people.
No,
And
the NCAC. We have our own mailing
Right.
list.
I
Yeah.
will do the mailings, Lynn, when it's time for public hearing.
Okay.
right? So my part kicks in later. This is because this
Okay.
is the CAC helping with this process. The
Got it.
CAC does
Okay.
the notices.
Got it. Okay,
So,
perfect. I knew there had to be a county by law, rule, there has to be a county notification. So
so
that,
Sarah,
Yeah, we're not there
so
yet.
do you want us to have like a special meeting for the NCAC to approve the plan, and then later you do the public hearings and you have your own official hearing and vote, or because the commissioners
Correct.
vote, right? So,
It's like the middle housing code updates. So we'll present the final draft, whatever that looks like, at a general meeting for vote. And then that is part of my staff report to start the actual legislative text amendment process.
okay. And then so we can, as an NCAC, write to you or write to the commissioners or whatever, saying
Absolutely.
we have approved this at our meeting and this was the vote and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Great.
And you'll write a letter, right? So then testifying in front of the planning commission
Yes.
and the board of county commissioners, right? And the
Yeah.
board is the decision maker.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
but
So yes, so Lynn, we're not to that part yet.
right. And people, it's so here's to your point, Nancy, of having the meetings move. If people feel this is an NCAC meeting, or for that matter, they feel like it's an NCA meeting or a golf course meeting or an HOA meeting, and it's a routine meeting, they are less likely to engage because that's always there and they always know they can get it. The fact that this is a work product going to the county for a county hearing, it's almost like if we could communicate that this is not this is a product result, this is a separate discrete thing. The NCAC by that time has adopted it, and but it is community wide, required under state law. I think something to broadcast it in a different way is going to be needed to get people's attention.
Yeah, I think you raise a really good point. I'm wondering, Sarah, we had talked at some point about sending out letters. I wonder if we could combine that with also letting people know about the NCAC email list again. And because I think it's aged, and let them know that this is how they can subscribe to the NCAC and see the specific set feedback sessions.
So
If
there's
we did,
2
included
ways.
that with a mailing.
So the mailing that I will do. Okay, so
Feedback session.
we're not changing. So Lynn, this does not require Measure 56 notice.
Right.
Okay. So the mailing that I would do would be a courtesy, but I have to have the public hearing dates on the letter, or else there's no point in me like that is the whole purpose for the department sending the letter. So we would have to say you can go back and review them, right? Because I have to send the hearing notice out 35 days prior to the first evidentiary hearing.
At least, or exactly.
It is right at that number. It is
Oh.
exactly.
Okay, so we can't send something out now for a hearing that might be in February, for example.
Right.
Got it.
Now,
Okay.
if I have enough staff in the office, so I am running at about a 25% staffing shortage right now. I have been through the summer. If I can get enough staff together to do a mailing to let them know about the NCAC meetings, I'm happy to do that. I just can't guarantee right now I'm going to have the people to do it and to do it quickly.
Could we have volunteer help to go to the county and help you with that? And you guys pay for the postage?
I love that idea. I work with the union.
Oh,
and they
okay.
have very particular rules about volunteers.
Okay.
So
Got it.
I would say, yeah, I would love to be able to commit to that, but I'm just so scared to do that when I've got some folks out on leave. I got a promotion. I got a bunch of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And
So how about this? How about this as a possible solution? And Sarah, the required notification of the county considering the community plan, that's off in the future, right?
Right. And it would be a courtesy because there's no Measure 56 notice. So my obligation is to let the CAC know and publish it in the paper. But I usually do more than that when it's of community interest, and I'll do something like a Measure 56 notice anyway. But I still have those hearing timeline notifications that I have to meet.
Okay. So there isn't one just saying we're about to adopt the 20-year community plan.
So that's what I would do, but I still have to have those hearing dates on that letter, and I still have to do that within that 35-day mark.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Even though I don't have to have the big scary language of this may impact your property rights and the value of your property, that's the part I don't have to do. And technically, because I don't have to do a Measure 56 notice, I don't have to send notice to all the property owners.
Well,
but I would do it anyway.
If we can get so think about this, Nancy, and let's assume that the Labor Day meeting of the NCA, which is a broadly attended, probably the biggest attended anything, right?
About 100 people, yeah.
Yeah. And it has a broad network, and and then we announce all this stuff at the HOA, and that's like 40 people. That's 80 owners, but 40 people at the meeting. So if we use those opportunities and we have the schedule and say, this is when the meeting is going to be, this is when the meeting's going to be, plus the NCA puts it in the beach buzz so that it gets that little tickle.
Yeah.
Then I'm comfortable having more than one meeting time, because that's a lot. If we get it out that soon in September, that here's 10 weeks of meeting and here's when it comes, here's a piece of paper or an email that we send you that has it, people will be able to move around a little bit. They will not, but the more we move the dates or the more off they are, the harder it is to get people to participate. So if you want to talk about other dates besides Sunday, we can do that, commit to giving those public notices of those opportunities to talk. And I think we're good enough. And the county, property owners and taxpayers, property owners get a certain amount of notices by rule. I don't think property owners get a community plan notice.
If they get the Measure 56 notice, which the community plan will not fall under, because we're not doing work that could compromise property values or adjust property rights.
Right. Okay, so that's that.
Oh, so we're not under that 35-day notice then?
I still need to send, if I'm going to send notice of a public hearing, I need to do it the right way. But the big scary language, I am not required by law. Like, I would be sending the whole letter, the whole hearing notice as a courtity.
Okay.
But if I'm going to do it, I don't want a technical issue with a LUBA appeal, because
Right. No,
no good deed goes unpunished, right? So I just want to make,
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
so theoretically, that all sounded great, but we could find evening and other dates that were like everyone had a conflict for the other dates.
Right.
That's how we ended up on Sunday. So
I think we just go on this. I've got them on my calendar. That's a big deal for me.
well,
I got 5 meetings on Sundays at 2 in the afternoon, and it does knock me out of 2 work parties and whatever. But this is
okay.
Go ahead, Tom.
I suggest we commit to the first 2 Sundays,
And
see what kind of attendance we have, see if we need to make adjustments. And then we decide if we need to spread out our meetings or if we need to just continue that way.
Yeah.
It's not try to make too many pre-decisions.
So it would be the 20th of September and the 4th of October.
No, that's not what we're talking about.
Correct.
20th and 4th, yes. Okay.
Yep.
And the day after is a normal community plan meeting, and we can consolidate, make our decisions then and decide where to go.
And
Right.
so after we do that, I'm going to be the loudest voice in the room. Not the loudest, the strongest voice in the room, probably the loudest because can't hear myself. We're going to have to set out for 10 weeks because I'll just tell you, the people who are working, the people who have children, I have a schedule now that is more aggressive than I think when I was working full time. And
Oh, does that
and so
happen?
what?
Does that happen? I didn't know that could happen.
Really?
All of you know that can happen. And what people will do is they'll prioritize and we will lose them. So we have to set out. That's lesson one in public meetings is as soon as you know the calendar, you get it out there because if you expect people to commit, and this day and age, it's even more true. And it's easier to commit in this day and age because you don't get in a car and go anywhere. You just turn your computer on and you're sitting in your pajamas. So I think at that meeting on the 4th, we need to commit to setting the calendar.
Okay,
Right. 'Cause I mean, 2
here's
to 3
another
more.
idea.
Okay, go
But
ahead.
another idea would be to set up the 4 meetings that we know we're going to have at least 4. And during that period of time, to see what the response is and say, if we need to, we're going to have a bonus meeting on another day of the week towards the end of the process and to catch anyone up that could come on a Sunday.
That's a
And
great.
then we'll have the input from the people that are coming regularly on a Sunday and put it on their calendar. And we will also make a date available for the other people that Sarah can come to and Guy can come to.
Okay. So we'll leave it for the 4 on Sunday, but we'll try and tap into the crowd and if they attend everything, we may not change it, but yeah, we'll give an alternative date for those who need an alternative date for the 5th.
Or we even could plan the alternative date for between the 3rd and the 4th meeting. And if that works with Guy and Sarah's schedule, or just say up front, we will be planning an alternative meeting once we figure out what day of the week works for an alternative meeting or whatever.
Okay, so
But
we've got the 20th of September. We've
Yeah,
got October 4th. We've got October 18th, right?
yeah, and November 1st.
And November 1st for the first 4.
Yeah, and then let's just see if we can at that point we're going to see if we have anything left and we can tell everyone if we think changing the meeting will be helpful. We'll know by then, theoretically.
Yay. I think that's a great idea, Lori. It's not just that we're having a parking lot of issues. It's that we will find, in fact, it would be very easy with Zoom, particularly in the fall and in the rain and all that. We could even find 2 meetings for the people who didn't get there, but and that way we can say at these big meetings we have coming up on Labor Day weekend, here's the schedule. Get it on your calendar.
Yeah. Go to mass early or go at 5:30 and sit in the choir.
Yay.
Okay. All right. That took a while, but I think we sorted through it.
It's impressive.
All right.
Okay, are we ready to at least acknowledge some of the areas we need to look at?
Yes. Yes. Let's get into some content
Actual content.
requiring work.
Yes, on page 18, I could share, I guess.
That would be great. Thank you.
If I share the right screen, it would be better. Oh, well, maybe not. Who knows? Um, there was this statement there that I was uncomfortable with just deleting, because, but I just don't know what to do with it. It's review building codes to determine if there are additional. What do I do with that?
That needs to be deleted. I'm just going to make an executive session and just tell the committee that needs to go.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
I didn't want to do it myself, but I'm happy to do it on someone else's say so. Okay, so we have the riprap. We're going to have something on that, I assume. Some policy will derive from that or not?
Nope, there will not be a policy that'll derive. Well, actually, take that back. There might be, but it will be something about that the community supports maintenance of the riprap revetment, right? It'll be something of that nature because those are all reviewed under state law and state permitting.
Okay, so you and I will, I'll take care of that. Okay.
I think that is, knock on wood, one of my remaining tasks. And then my work's almost done.
Okay, we have a couple of things left over from delayed reviews. I think we've already addressed tsunamis with a policy. Do we need to have that kind of text here? Or are these still pending?
Community resilience.
So the resilience, so this is going in the appendices, correct?
So, this was left over in the bottom of these had not moved to the appendices yet.
Okay.
So is that what I'm being instructed? Because we got a community participation in what it should be. I'm I'm happy as a clam with moving this.
Initiate steps to perfect.
So the tsunami routes, maintenance and establishment of new routes would really be something that would be done through Dagami, Randy, OEM, and the South Tillamook County Emergency Volunteer Corps. I think this goes back to Lori, what we talked about at the last meeting with the beach access, that those routes being clearly marked.
Indicated.
Mm-hmm.
And I pass those forward to Gary.
Great.
With clear direction that it was now in his lap and who to talk to about it. I'm sure he was thrilled.
Okay, so we do need to salvage some of this as an introduction to disaster recovery plan, and I could extract that. This, for instance, could stay.
Right.
Sarah,
Hmm.
under state law, does the state preempt the county on emergency preparedness?
Well, it's not really part of land use, right? I mean, there is some
Right.
nexus, but you don't regulate emergency preparedness.
Right. But step up from that broadly. Isn't the state in charge of emergency preparedness and the county is subordinate?
I believe that is the case. I think we all take orders from Oregon Emergency Management and
Right.
Dagami.
Right. So, I mean, I think what the community is trying really hard to get really ready for an earthquake or whatever. And I'm not saying there are limits to that, but I am saying that where the money flows to get that work done resides mostly at this level, at the state.
Correct.
And that's by design because of the problems they've had decades ago with the FEMA not being able to, the FEMA had too many people in front of it to do its job. And so I think, not that it's perfect now, but years ago it was set up so that the states have responsibility, they coordinate with FEMA, and the states are in charge of coordinating with the county. The counties, FEMA will work directly with the counties in, but there's a process to it. And certainly the state has a whole lot more money for emergency preparedness than the counties do. Isn't that, I know that's true.
Yes, we get our money from grants and funding right through the state and through FEMA. But going back to one of the initial questions and comments, but putting these desires like in the appendices, that work, that's still like if we want to support Randy Thorpe or the South Tillamook County Emergency Volunteer Corps or TC4, right? So that's another entity that Nescoin is becoming immersed in, which is a conglomerate of unincorporated communities and cities that work with Randy on various emergency preparedness matters from that like quasi-governmental space. This work becomes relevant in that this can be help leverage those grants and those other asks that are funneled through the county and the Emergency Volunteer Corps from the state for funds for tsunami preparedness.
So is your recommendation that we move this section to the appendix?
So Tom and I had talked about that, yes, because it's not land use. It's still important, but it's not part of the land use program.
So, hmm.
Oh,
What is TC4?
It's a quasi-governmental partnership. So it's representatives from the city. Randy leads it. It's an emergency preparedness group. South Tillamook County Emergency Volunteer Corps, Nehalem base in it, city representatives, unincorporated communities. So Nancy has started talking to Randy about Nescoin engagement. Kate Mears, and it's a conglomerate. So the food bank actually is a part of it as well, because it's that emergency response, that overall arching umbrella countywide. So they meet quarterly. When winter's coming, we'll have a presentation from NOAA to talk about what we can expect for flooding and other types of windstorms. So I don't know why they call it TC4, but that's basically what it is.
Well, it seems to me at a minimum in the appendix, we want to make people aware of what exists and is available. I don't know if you go to the Tillamook County website, does that point a resident of Nescoin to TC4 and those opportunities?
No, it does not. It's a different entity through Randy, and I'm not sure that they publicly notice the meetings. Right, because it's I don't know if they meet I don't know if those meetings require public meeting notices, because it's an entity that works together. So it's a conglomeration of various community representatives.
So Nescoin residents should be not as a land use thing, but as a community thing. Does TC4 come and talk to the NCA?
No, they have not. But Randy can, as that representative, or the South Tillamook County Emergency Volunteer Corps can, because that's really your community representation, is that volunteer corps who has a seat on TC4.
And Randy's from Nescoin? I don't know.
Randy is our emergency manager for the county.
Okay.
He's Sarah's equivalent.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think, Nancy, is this something NCAC is going to take on?
We're having discussions about this, Lynn. It's not directly under community development, but it's something that involves public safety. So the community is interested, like the wildfire plan that was just drafted that we've sent out information about and provided some input to. They're going to be presenting at our August 22nd meeting through the project manager for that is going to present at our August 22nd membership meeting. Other kinds of things involving emergency management. And we just recently learned from Randy about the TC4 and he invited us to participate. So I'll be starting to attend.
Okay.
They're not, for some reason, they don't seem to be required by Oregon public meeting law. You have to have a password to be able to attend their meetings. It is on their website, but it's hard to, they don't seem to record them or anything.
So, Sarah, you're recommending we take this out of the community plan entirely, or what's your no?
Put it in the appendices.
Put it
All
in
the
the
emergency preparedness stuff, all the wildfire, where all the other important stuff goes that's not driven by land use policy.
So on the screen, as we spoke, I did that.
Thank
And
you.
that's
Thanks.
the recovery plan.
Thank you.
And I have moved it off to the appendix. The appendix is not in good shape right now.
Sarah and Tom, I really appreciate your doing this. It's clarifying for us, I think, and we can still keep the interest but not conflict with your area, Sarah. So, I mean, are you feeling pretty good about this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
If you're asking me, yes.
Yeah.
Because I do think it's important, like I think about the hazard mitigation plan work, anything that may come in the future from the wildfire work. I'm thinking about this tsunami preparedness, like having these things still in the document to where we can point to say it's a value of the community is really important.
Yeah, thank you. I'm real happy. Not that it matters, but
To be really frank, I don't know, and I will go online and figure this out. But you know, the prospect of an earthquake is significant in this region, and the state has tremendous resources and planning. And to me, it's like and Oregon's such a small state. This is 4 million people. Communicating with 4 million people by internet is not a big deal in the 21st century. And so to me, the fact that there's not just a direct, here's where every family in Oregon goes, wherever they live, to get their earthquake stuff clear and coherent, just seems like a no-brainer. And we've got lots of groups working on this on a volunteer basis, but we also have a lot of resource going into what should be a sophisticated preparedness plan. So I just want to say that because it's I don't get it at all that that's not available. And I'll go on to the emergency preparedness website in the state and see if there is like the handbook for every Oregon citizen. But
yes, there is.
And is it
2 week ready?
2 week ready.
That's it? Is that 2 week package?
There's a training program, a very large document.
Okay.
And
good.
The South Tillamook County emergency volunteer, whatever we're called. Anyway, we have local plans within Nesquin. One of the things that I'm meant to do is run up the hill and turn off the water at the tank.
Reservoir.
At the reservoir.
Okay,
I've got a key. I've got an actual key, physical key.
So we don't need to worry about that in terms of this plan.
You need to worry. You need to worry, but spreading the word would be good.
If there's something available on the internet, it sounds like there is. That's good news. Okay.
We also have volunteers that have trained on it. We presented on this at our December meeting last year. It's a really impressive plan, and it can be downloaded by any individual.
Good.
But there are people trained with local captains and all sorts of things. So I wonder if we could include the 2 weeks ready plan, Tom, in the appendix.
I've got a note to have that. In its entirety. No, it's too big.
No,
just a link.
I'll do
just
it
a link.
Just
I'll
a
just
link.
send it.
Yeah,
Perfect.
not the whole plan. Yeah.
I've made a note in it. That's part of what hasn't been done yet. Just lazy.
Oh,
Oh, right.
oh, yeah.
Give me a break.
So, what other are we kind of whittling
get
down
there?
to the more content?
Yeah, probably some things I should point out that I've done. But I really encourage you to go through the document head to toe
Okay.
and see what I've done. I believe that nothing important has gone away. There are some things that have gone away, but nothing important. This is a paragraph that I added, and let me make that larger. This was not there before. And I
Okay.
think it really sets, let me highlight it so make sure that people know what I'm talking about. That was not there before in the executive overview. I wanted to make sure that that was clear what was
Yeah.
where. And Sarah hadn't seen this yet either. Did I give you any heartburn, Sarah?
You're asking me to make a decision on the fly almost 6 o'clock.
I'm just asking, that's not a decision. Heartburn is not a decision.
I'm not feeling anything, so that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Can you
Okay.
just leave that highlighted for me so I can
Read it.
Okay.
read it and digest it later, please? Thank you so much, Tom.
Okay. Yeah,
That's-
that I think is an important thing to point
Yes,
out.
it is valuable because we're going to have to do a lot of splaining as to where comments ended up in the plan when people say, well, I thought we were going to fix the parking and blah, blah, blah. And we'll go, it's in there. It's in this other section. So it's, yeah.
So
Big deal.
Sarah, when it says many aspects of its impact, many aspects of it impact the entire area, the point the county always makes is, but they are not legally binding. Is that correct?
That's right. And
Yeah.
I would say we probably don't want to use the word impact.
Yeah. Because it's,
Word would make you more comfortable.
Although this document is primarily, although this document is primarily a land use document for the Nescoin community boundary. I like the NCAC area of interest. I would say even the NCAC area of interest expands beyond the community boundary. You're something like the NCAC area of interest in relation to the information and policies contained within this community plan.
I'm not quite sure I follow you.
Oh God. You know what? I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay.
I'll send it to you.
Okay. So there is a map. It's not in the current version. I don't think I've inserted it
Oh,
back in.
I got it. I got a cleaner map from Wendy too, Tom.
For the hazard zone. Good.
Yes. And I can get a cleaner one for the community boundary if you want me to.
Kind of no.
I feel like the one we have works okay.
I think that it's not broken.
It's not broken. That's right.
Okay. So you think about what this says, but the NCAC area of interest is defined in the bylaws.
Right.
And that is beyond the community plan.
It's the watershed.
It's the watershed.
Right.
So.
Yes. Okay. And I will send you this map now.
Okay.
Now I'll take a look at that. I've actually got one more meeting tonight, so I apologize if I'm trying to preserve the last 2 functioning brain cells.
You're forgiven.
You only have one more meeting?
I only have one more meeting.
Only? All right.
Only one more. And I'm done for the night.
Let's see what else I did. I
Ooh,
don't think I did.
That looks fancy to me, Tom.
No, this is not
The
fancy.
box around Nesco.
That is just a text box with a wavy border.
That's
That is
fancy.
plain vanilla.
I
But
don't
what
have
I did do with the, rather than putting a box around these guys, they're just italicized and
insect.
indented,
Yeah.
and don't tell Guy, but they're also blue.
Oh,
I didn't mention that it was blue in the explanation of them.
Ah,
My dad was colorblind, so I've been sensitized to it.
okay. Well, we've got 4 minutes to figure out whatever else is next, or just say that's enough for this evening.
I'm good with that's enough. Everybody has their homework.
Yes, we got to read the whole thing and find anything that doesn't fit
Yeah.
our vision.
that
So
makes sense.
is there any, do we want to have AI read the whole thing?
No,
I
Okay.
would say no, because if
Okay.
it starts, because
I've
here's
Okay.
what happens. Well, actually, no, I'm so glad you asked. Now, let me tell you what happens. This is why we cannot use AI. It pulls things in from the city of Tillamook.
Oh,
It can't differentiate between the county and the city. So like, if you want to
Oh.
see Tom, like, potentially have an aneurysm over this thing, if he hasn't had one already, that's going to do it because it's going to change too much.
yeah.
So yeah, just always keep that in mind. You never want to use AI for the county because it either makes, and sometimes it makes stuff up and then it argues with you. I have personal experience in that, or it pulls in the city.
Okay, just curious. Thank
I've
you.
worked in computer technology since about 1978. I distinctly and completely do not trust AI. They do not understand the algorithms, nor do they understand the sources.
Mm-hmm.
Other than not understanding the sources and the algorithms, what else is there?
Thank you. Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, thank
I,
you. That was constructive in getting our times figured out. That was a big one. And
we've got the
so-
format for the presentation agreed to.
right.
Yes.
Yeah,
Um,
that's helpful. And some of the content sorted out and where it goes and such. So
yeah.
thank you all for working through those ideas and into the actual plan. So we will see you. I can't even tell you when it is going to be at this point in time, but I think it's in 2 weeks.
I think it's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And you're going to give us 2 minutes back.
Okay. All right. Thank you all very much. And
Thank you.
Tom, I'm not going to find that ad, so I'm going to have to send you an image of it.
Okay. Did you want to hold on or after you stop
Yeah,
recording?
I will stop the recording and we can talk about ads.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So
Have fun.
while
Thank
you're
you.
Bye,
while you're
guys.
stopping,